Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Saira Mujtaba with the news at 9. The headlines. Cabinet approves forming a high-level committee to implement Clause 6 of Assam Accord and other measures related to Bodo community. Also clears merger of Vijaya Bank and Dena Bank into Bank of Baroda. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says youth have an important role to play in shaping future of the country. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley accuses Congress President Rahul Gandhi of spreading falsehood on Rafale deal. Rahul Gandhi reiterates his party's demand for JPC probe. 24 AIADMK members suspended for 5 sittings of Lok Sabha for unruly behaviour. In Jammu and Kashmir, 250 terrorists killed in counter-terrorism operations during last year, says State DGP. In cricket, fourth and final test between India and Australia begins in Sydney tomorrow. The Union Cabinet has approved the setting up of a high-level committee for implementation of Clause 6 of the Assam Accord and measures envisaged in the Memorandum of Settlement 2003 and other issues related to Bodo community. Briefing media in New Delhi this evening, Home Minister Rajnath Singh said the committee is expected to be set up in the next 3 days.
सभी स्टेक होल्डर से डिस्कशन करके असम लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली में रिजर्वेशन के लिए क्वांटम के बारे में भी ये रिकमेंडेशंस करेगी। यह कमेटी असमिया और असम की अन्य इंडिजिनस लैंग्वेजेस को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए रिक्वायर्ड मेजर्स क्या हो सकते हैं, साथ ही असम गवर्नमेंट के अंतर्गत आने वाले एम्प्लॉयमेंट में रिजर्वेशन का क्वांटम क्या होना चाहिए और असम के लोगों की आइडेंटिटी और हेरिटेज को प्रोटेक्ट, प्रिजर्व और प्रमोट करने के लिए क्या मेजर्स और लिए जाने चाहिए, इसके बारे में भी assessment karegi.
Mr. Singh said the composition and terms of reference of the committee will be issued separately by his ministry. He also announced the establishment of a Bodo museum and modernization of All India Radio Station and Doordarshan Kendra in Kokrajhar.
गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया फंडिंग से बोडो म्यूजियम कम लैंग्वेज एंड कल्चरल स्टडीज सेंटर भी इस्टेब्लिश करेगी। इंफॉर्मेशन एंड ब्रॉडकास्टिंग मिनिस्ट्री कोकराझार में एग्जिस्टिंग ऑल इंडिया रेडियो स्टेशन को मॉडर्नाइज और अपग्रेड करेगी। कोकराझार में एग्जिस्टिंग दूरदर्शन केंद्र को रिवाइव और मॉडर्नाइज करेगी।
The cabinet also cleared the merger of Vijaya Bank and Dena Bank into Bank of Baroda. Briefing reporters, Union Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said the move will help create a strong, globally competitive bank. The scheme will come into effect from 1st of April this year.
बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा ट्रांसफरी बैंक है और देना बैंक और विजया बैंक ट्रांसफर बैंक है। ये दोनों बैंक के मिलने के बाद अधिक सुचारू रूप से काम करना, अधिक कैपिटलाइजेशन, अधिक लेंडिंग की क्षमता, ये सब होगी। एंड दिस मर्ज्ड एंटिटी विल आल्सो हैव ए ग्लोबल कॉम्पिटिटिव आइडेंटिटी।
The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has approved continuation of 5 schemes under Umbrella Scheme for Family Welfare and other health interventions during the 14th Finance Commission period 2017-18 to 2019-20. These schemes are Swasth Nagarik Abhiyan, free supply of contraceptives, health surveys and health research, social marketing of contraceptives and population research centers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asked the BJP workers of Andhra Pradesh to strengthen the party at the booth level and deepen their connect with the people. He was interacting with party workers from Andhra Pradesh through video conferencing this evening. Mr. Modi said central government is fully committed towards welfare of the people of Andhra Pradesh. Mr. Modi said people should know the reality of those in power in the state. He said India's youth cares for development and good infrastructure and hates corruption.
The youth does not believe in negativity but believe in positivity. So the negativity and the negative propaganda of those in power in Andhra Pradesh do not matter much to them. We have a lot of positive work to show. We should talk to the youth about the work we have done for Andhra Pradesh and across the country.
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley today rebutted Congress President Rahul Gandhi's charges on Rafale deal, saying some people have a natural aversion to the truth. He was intervening in the debate on the issue immediately after Rahul Gandhi's speech. Mr. Jaitley accused the UPA of playing with the security of the country.
I must say, after hearing the lead speaker on behalf of the Congress party, The country is disappointed because every word he has said is something which is belied in the face of the judgment of the Supreme Court. This is a case where there is a natural dislike for truth. Every word spoken in the last 6 months on this subject, including in this House, is utterly false. On the last occasion, he manufactured a conversation between himself and the French President Macron.
Initiating the debate post-lunch, Mr. Gandhi said he raised fundamental questions of process, pricing and patronage of Rafale deal and questioned why not a single aircraft landed till now.
राफेल का मामला शुरू हुआ, हमने सोचा था दाल में कुछ काला है, 2 साल के बाद पता लगा दाल ही काली है. मैडम, we demand a JPC in this matter और जो सच्चाई देश सुनना चाहती है वो देश के सामने आए.
During the intervention of Mr. Jaitley, Congress members trooped into the well demanding JPC on the issue. 24 AIADMK members have been suspended from the 5 consecutive sittings of the Lok Sabha for their unruly behaviour. When the House met after a third adjournment in the post-lunch session, Speaker Sumitra Mahajan announced the names of those members shouting slogans in the well and indulging in unruly behaviour. The names include T.G. Venkatesh Babu, Dr. K. Kamraj, A. Anwar Raja, T. Radhakrishnan and M. Uday Kumar. Since morning, the AIADMK members were in the well shouting slogans against the construction of dam on Kaveri River. She said these members were obstructing the proceedings of the House.
For so many times I have warned all of you. You have come to the well of the House and persistently and willfully obstructing the business of the House. I am constrained to name you under Rule 374A. Therefore, all of them stand automatically suspended from the service of the House for 5 consecutive sittings of the session under provision of the Rule 374A.
Later, the House was adjourned for the day. AIADMK and DMK members stalled proceedings in the Rajya Sabha today over Kaveri issue. The House was adjourned for the day after repeated adjournments. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. In Jammu and Kashmir, over 250 terrorists were killed and around 45 security forces personnel martyred during counter-terrorist operations last year. Security officials described year 2018 as a successful year against terrorism in Kashmir. Talking exclusively to AIR, Director General Police Dilbagh Singh said that year 2018 was a good year.
साल 2018 पुलिसिंग के एंगल से काफी कामयाब साल रहा. इसके दौरान बहुत बड़ी बड़ी इवेंट्स जैसे अमरनाथ जी की यात्रा है, बाकी जो सोशल रिलीजियस और पब्लिक फंक्शंस हैं और लॉ एंड ऑर्डर से रिलेटेड इवेंट्स बड़े अच्छे से मैनेज की गई. ऑपरेशंस के दौरान जो काउंटर इंसर्जेंसी ऑपरेशंस हम लोग मिलिटेंट्स के खिलाफ करते हैं, उसमें भी ये कोशिश रही कि कोलेटरल डैमेज जो बहुत हद तक बचाया जाए.
In Assam, the process for correcting names and other particulars that appeared in the final draft of the National Register of Citizens or NRC has begun today. More from our correspondent.
The process of correcting names and addresses in the NRC draft list has begun today in Assam. This can be availed through online or by visiting NRC Seva Kendras till 31st of this month. However, this process has no connection with the submission of claims and objections which got over on 31st of last month. Name of 40 lakh people were excluded in the final NRC draft that was published in June last year. The NRC is being updated in Assam under the supervision of the Supreme Court to detect illegal citizens. Manas Pradim Sharma, AIR News, Guwahati.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Jalandhar in Punjab tomorrow to inaugurate the 106th edition of Indian Science Congress 2019. Prime Minister will then proceed to Gurdaspur, where he will address a public rally. It will be the 5th Indian Science Congress to be addressed by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi since he assumed office. Some members of Sikh community today met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi. Talking to media, Shiromani Akali Dal President Sukhbir Singh Badal said Prime Minister Modi appreciated the efforts made by the Sikh community to continue their fight regarding 1984 anti-Sikh riots. Talking exclusively to AIR News, Bibi Jagdish Kaur, whose husband and son were killed in the riots, said the Prime Minister has assured that the government will do everything possible to punish the perpetrators of the anti-Sikh riots.
उन्होंने बड़ी अच्छी तरह से सुना है। उन्होंने कहा हर तरह ना आपकी मदद करेंगे। गवर्नमेंट बहुत कुछ कर सकती है। उन्होंने विश्वास दिया कि जो भी हो सकता है मैं करूंगा।
Karnataka Home Minister M.B. Patil has expressed confidence of solving the murder case of journalist Gauri Lankesh and progressive thinker M.M. Kalburgi. Addressing media persons in Bengaluru today, the Home Minister said special investigation team probing both the murders has gathered important clues that will lead them to the culprits. In Meghalaya, efforts to rescue 15 coal miners are still on in East Jaintia Hills. The Orisha Fire Service started pumping out water from the old shaft at around 10:30 a.m. today. According to R. Susnagi, the PRO of the East Jaintia Hills District Administration, the Indian Navy along with the NDRF is carrying out the drill to check the water level in the main shaft. The benchmark domestic stocks today plunged around 1%, mirroring weak global markets after disappointing Chinese economic data resulted in massive sell-offs in metal and auto stocks on domestic bourses. Rupee also weakened by 74 paise. A report.
Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange ended 363 points down at 35,892. Nifty at the National Stock Exchange also declined 118 points to settle at 10,793. Rupee today weakened 74 paise to 70 rupees 17 paise against the dollar. And Brent crude prices in intraday trade were at around $53.40 per barrel. Lalema Aneja Dang with Sanjeev Kumar Singh for AIR News.
In Jammu and Kashmir, the Srinagar-Jammu National Highway remained closed due to snowfall on both sides of Jawahar Tunnel along the highway, forcing authorities to disallow one-way traffic that was scheduled from Jammu towards Srinagar today. In Himachal Pradesh, severe cold gripped most parts of the state as the upper reaches of tribal area have another spell of mild snowfall today. A report.
Mid and higher hills of the states were swept by icy winds and sky remained partially overcast. Fresh snowfall received at high-altitude areas of Lahaul Spiti, Chamba, Kinnaur and Kullu district. Intense severe cold wave is being experienced in Lahaul Valley as minimum temperature is hovering around -11 to -20 degrees. Weather department has issued warning of heavy rain and snowfall at isolated places of the state on 4th and 5th of this month. Sanjeev Sundaryal, AIR News, Shimla.
In the southern state of Telangana, several areas including Hyderabad continue to experience cold conditions with the lowest minimum temperature of 6 degrees Celsius recorded in districts of Adilabad and Medak. Favourites India look to create history as they face Australia in the fourth and final test starting in Sydney from tomorrow. The match begins at 5 a.m. Indian Standard Time. Leading 2-1 in the 4-match series, India have already retained the Bodo Gavaskar Trophy after victory in Melbourne. Meanwhile, BCCI announced India's 13-man squad for the fourth test. And in some international news, the death toll in a gas explosion that hit a residential house in the Russian city of Magnitogorsk has risen to 21. A spokesperson for the Russian Emergencies Ministry today said about 20 people are still missing and 6 people have been rescued at the scene so far. On Monday, a natural gas blast hit one of the blocks of a 10-story residential building in Magnitogorsk, destroying and damaging scores of apartments. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Cabinet approves forming a high-level committee to implement Clause 6 of Assam Accord and other measures related to Bodo community. Also clears merger of Vijaya Bank and Dena Bank into Bank of Baroda. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says youth have an important role to play in shaping future of the country. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley accuses Congress President Rahul Gandhi of spreading falsehood on Rafale deal. Rahul Gandhi reiterates his party's demand for JPC probe. 24 AIADMK members suspended for 5 sittings of Lok Sabha for unruly behaviour. In Jammu and Kashmir, 250 terrorists killed in counter-terrorism operations during last year, says State DGP. And in cricket, fourth and final test between India and Australia begins in Sydney tomorrow. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. That's all in the news at 9. Good night.